Alright, what's going on YouTube? I'm back with another video. This is going to be my Fantastic Four review. I just got back home from seeing Fantastic Four and off rip, straight out of the theater reaction, I give it a 9 out of 10. Simply because this is like everything that I wanted out of Fantastic Four movie. It had everything I wanted out of Fantastic Four movie, like the family dynamic. Even though I will say the pacing was kind of fast for this movie, because I say probably like the first 20 minutes of the movie is, family drama, dynamic based stuff. But after that, everything is like the plot just goes from 0 to 100 real quick for the rest of the movie. But I did not mind that. I was very invested into this movie. Everything from the beginning to the end of this movie, I was heavily invested into it. So, yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10. Just like straight out of theater reaction. The thing and the positives, it had a lot of positives in this movie because I feel like everybody that worked on this movie did their research, their full research, because they got about basically everything down to the letter from the comics in terms of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's early initial runs of the Fantastic Four, which is what I like the most about the movie. Pedro Pascal, I was kind of judgmental about his character when he got cast as Reed Richards, but he really delivered in this movie. He really came through as Reed Richards in this movie. To be honest with you, I say he's the best live action Reed Richards so far that we've seen so far. Better yet, the entire cast was like perfect. I ain't gonna say perfectly casted because I was judgmental about the entire cast, but I will say majority of the cast was good. They all delivered in this movie. They put on a great performance, but I feel like the most performance that stood out to me the most was Vanessa Kirby, Invisible Woman. To me, she was the big mama for this movie. The protector, the leader, she just did everything in this movie. She did her part. Galactus and Silver Surfer. Now, the main things that really got me invested into this movie a lot and made me really love this movie was the visuals. The visuals was on the level of Interstellar. Like all of the space scenes, every scene that they did where it takes place in space, all the space shots, 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed the visuals for that, especially Silver Surfer. Every time Silver Surfer was on the screen, it was cool to see Silver Surfer. They really they didn't showcase a lot of Silver Surfer's powers, but the main thing that they got and showcased was how fast Silver Surfer is and some of the cosmic energy that he can do, or she, since it's a different universe. They use Shala Ball. And to be honest with you, the way that this movie went, I'm actually kind of glad or satisfied that they didn't use Norrad, the original Silver Surfer, because I feel like they didn't want to sit there and use him as a throwaway villain because he's like well known. He's a well-known Fantastic Four character that's related to Fantastic Four. So they didn't want to use like the main Silver Surfer, like Norman Rad, because they wanted to. I guess this is kind of a spoil. That's kind of a spoiler, but if they wanted to, they can always come back to like that version, or like use a different version of Silver Surfer and just make it be Norman Rad. So that way we could probably see Norman Rad in Secret Wars or Doomsday or whatever. But hey, I didn't mind the gender swap, or not even a gender swap, because Shia Ball is literally out of the comics. I don't know why a lot of people was confused or tripping on the internet about that when that was like announced that Silver Surfer was gonna be Shia Ball instead of Norman Rad. But hey, I didn't mind it as long as they executed it right. That's all that matters to me. As long as they execute it, I don't care. And they perfectly executed her. But yeah. And then another standout was Galactus. Galactus was a good portrayal. He had a good portrayal. I don't know how to pronounce the actor's name who voiced acted him, but other than that, he did good too. Galactus was a threat. He was he really felt giant on the screen whenever you did see him, and he really did just feel like a big, huge force of nature But um, I guess I'm kind of getting the spoiler territory here. So the way that the movie ends is, the Fantastic Four, uh, they didn't necessarily beat Galactus. They just had a little bit of help. Well, actually, Susan Storm did majority of the work. Pushing him to the portal to send him to like a far away corner of Earth 828, and Silver Surfer just came and basically helped him out. But if they wanted to, they can always come back to that, because I feel like there's a high chance that we might see both of them again in Doomsday. And speaking of Doomsday, huge spoiler here. The post-credit scene, I'm not gonna sit there and say it's one of the best post-credit scenes that I've seen in the MCU so far, but it's up there. But I feel like it could have showed a little bit more, and it still kind of doesn't give context or a connection of the Thunderbolts post credit, because the Thunderbolts post credit you saw the Fantastic Four shield, but in the Fantastic Four post credit it's just Doctor Doom. I'm assuming he's about to kidnap Franklin. He's about to kidnap Franklin or beat the Fantastic Four inside the Baxter building. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? We gotta wait till like a year and 5 months to find out, which is crazy. But at least the next movie that's supposed to come out is Spider-Man, and then we got the Punisher special. So I mean, I'm cool with that, but that's still too long of a wait. But yeah, everything about this movie was good. I highly recommend seeing it. 9 out of 10. I did enjoy this movie more than Superman. Not saying that Superman was a bad movie. It's just that I really enjoyed this movie a lot more in terms of visuals, the plot, and the performance. And that's it. Like I haven't done my Superman review. That's just because I did say I was gonna do a Superman review, but I just kind of been procrastinating that, or better yet, I've just been lazy and kind of forgot. But I give that movie an 8. I give Superman an 8 only because it was actually good. I had low expectations for that movie, but it was still good. I enjoyed Superman, but other than that, it didn't really stand. It wasn't nothing crazy or nothing like that. I mean, it didn't stand out a lot, nothing like that. But still, that's just like I was gonna like try to make a separate video and do my Superman review as a separate thing, but it's been over like 2 weeks since that movie came out, and I'm just like, you know what, I might as well just keep it short and simple right here at the end of this video and just give you my take on Superman. It's just an 8. Good movie. Obviously, if you probably already seen it, but that's just my opinion on it. It was a good movie, but I enjoyed Fantastic Four more. Simple as that. And that's just me being unbiased, because I love Fantastic Four and Superman. I love both of them. But Fantastic Four is just the better movie to me. And simply just because it has higher implications to the MCU as an entirety, because it's literally building up to the next 2 big Avengers movies, and that's it. But it was still a good movie overall. But other than that, that's all I got to say, and I'll catch you on the next review. I don't know if I plan on doing another review for a movie this year unless I really enjoyed it, but those are probably like the only movies that I plan on seeing this year. Just Fantastic Four, Captain America, and Thunderbolts, and Superman. But other than that, I'll see you in the next review, hopefully, and peace.